guys, this is Soraya and George. We're back with another spooky tale. This one is something we're all afraid of. A horror that creeps unseen, growing in the shadows, leaving an indelible mark. This is the tale of a word no homeowner ever wants to hear. This is the story of the mold monster. Mr. C was a first-time homeowner, living alone in a condo near the beach. Finally free from parental rules, he indulged his passion for cooking. He was always boiling water for pasta, poaching things, and he loved to keep the sliding door open to his balcony, letting in the fresh sea air. His condo often felt muggy, but Mr. C simply accepted it as the price of his culinary adventures and open-air living. His air conditioning unit ran constantly, trying to battle the relentless heat, and his vents were always damp. "That's just where hot meets cold," he would shrug and dismiss the signs. As weeks turned into months, tiny black specks began to appear on and around the vents. Mr. C convinced himself it was just dust clinging on to the wet surfaces. He promised himself he'd clean it. Later. But later became never. One day, Mr. C looked up and his ceiling had no longer been covered in specks. It looked as if someone had taken a blackish-green airbrush and splattered it across the pristine white surface. At last, the true horror hit him. He knew he couldn't ignore it any longer. He called an HVAC contractor. The technician arrived, a grim expression on his face as he surveyed the scene. Then he spoke the words Mr. C had unknowingly dreaded. The worst thing a tech could possibly say. "Sir, you have a moisture problem." Only he didn't say moisture. He said the word, the big one. The queen mother of all dirty words, the MOLD word. Ew. Mr. C was aghast. How could this happen to him? His ceiling was a little damp, yes, but a full-blown mold problem? That was something that happened in neglected, filthy places, not his beautiful condo. But the technician explained that it wasn't necessarily about hygiene. He inspected the boot, which is the section of ductwork connected to the vent. It wasn't properly sealed. This gap allowed dusty air from the attic, full of invisible mold spores, to seep into the space. When those spores found a damp surface, like Mr. C's constantly wet vents and ceiling, they seized the opportunity to latch on and grow, creating the sinister, black, greenish nightmare above. The dreaded M word is a persistent evil, especially in humid climates like Florida. But homeowners can fight back against this creeping horror by using exhaust fans when showering or cooking, wiping off wet surfaces diligently, ensuring plumbing stays leak-free, and regularly cleaning fabrics like bedding and carpets, calling a contractor to seal areas around the vents and recessed lights. Proper ventilation is your strongest defense against this dreaded M word. So give Kalos a call to ensure that your ventilation is in tip-top shape to fight off this scary green monster.